Hey everybody, this is Tell the Truth Sports Radio. I'm your host, Ron Fitch, and I'm going to tell you the truth about the NFL. Now, I'm going to pick some upsets. I'm rolling the dice, and this could be really good job by me, or it could be like one of those old Bugs Bunny cartoons where Daffy Duck blows his own beak off. I'm going to roll the dice. First of all, I'm picking the upset. In Atlanta, the Atlanta Falcons, I'm going on a hunch, will upset the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs they don't have Pacheco. I think they have Kareem Hunt. They're going to play him. They'll figure it out, but not this week. I think they're going to have to make an adjustment. It's not there yet. I believe because of Bates, how he's one of the best, if not the best safety in the league, and how feisty the Falcons defense Raheem Morris has. They're a lot more physical. They look good. Their offense, Bijan Robinson is great. Now the problem is Kirk Cousins is great when he's not under pressure. He really is sharp. When he's under pressure, it can go haywire. And Jones and their front, Kansas City is right now their best unit is their defensive unit because of how good they play, and Spags has got them rolling, and they got good pieces. Offensively, they figure out. But this is why I believe that the Falcons will beat the Chiefs. The Falcons are going to go into the shell, the Tampa two, keep your safeties back, wait for them to make a mistake, let them run it a little bit till they get toward the 20, and then make a play kind of defense that everybody's running. Will Mahomes finally get impatient like he did once, maybe twice when they had two interceptions, and he didn't see the linebacker? He's trying to launch the ball 20 yards. He's trying to get Kelsey going. Kelsey's not going. They want to get him going. Will they become impatient? I think it's going to be another week of adjustment for the Chiefs. I think they're going to implement Kareem Hunt in. And I think this is a good, I hate to say it about injury, but could be a blessing in disguise. So they're really using Pacheco. Pacheco comes back. If he's coming back healthy and fresh, he's got, it'll be near the playoffs. So he'll have that playoff run with Pacheco running hard, and you'll have a Kareem Hunt. If he still got it, that's a nice combination. Now you could kind of, because you're going to have to run these teams, and you're going to have to be patient. But also, I think Andy Reid is in the laboratory trying to figure out, how do I still run the ball and still get Kelsey these chunk passes even into the teeth of that Tampa 2. He's going to look for gaps. He's a genius when it comes to offense. Don't be surprised if offenses will try to catch up because everybody's running. But Andy Reid, I believe he'll be the first guy to do it. I think that him and his brain trust will figure out a way. Nagy and the offensive cohorts will figure out a way, but not this week. I just believe somehow, some way, Bijan Robinson runs pretty good, but I also believe that Cousins finds Mooney, could be the new star. Darnell Mooney is able to make a couple of plays. They have a great tight end that is superb. I mean, London's good. They have one of the best tight ends in the league, and he's going to have a big game against Kansas City. Kyle Pitts. I saw him in college, how good he was, and he has not disappointed in the pros. And Atlanta's going to pull off the upset. All right. My second upset is the Titans are going to beat Green Bay. Malik Wilson's going to come back, yeah, but the Titans will play. The Titans almost, Will Levis threw two games away. Titans defense is solid. And I believe that they'll make Malik Willis make mistakes because he's on the road. At home, he did good. On the road, the fans are a little upset that he didn't pan out in Tennessee. The Titans are going to pull off the upset, and they're going to upset Green Bay. Green Bay is going to go 1-2. My next upset is one of the best. Was going to be one of the best games because this is desperate versus desperate. And I got the Cowboys beating the Ravens because the Cowboys need it more than the Ravens. If the Ravens lose, go 0-3. As much as I don't like them as a Steeler fan, their culture is so solid. They could go 0-4 and they're going to make a run to the playoffs. They'll figure it out. And whatever brand of street ball they play, because I got on them last week about playing street ball, they'll figure it out. because that's what Harbaugh and staff does. Now, the Cowboys, they need to win psychologically because they're kind of fragile. They're up and down. They're great and they're terrible. I think they're great this week. For some reason, as good as the corners of the Ravens, they're getting beat up in the passing game. You know, pretty good corners. I think CeeDee Lamb and they may even get Tolbert the ball. CeeDee Lamb and Cooks make it happen. And then Ferguson at tight end, they're going to make it happen. They're going to figure out a way. And then they're quick enough defensively, if they're focused, to keep Lamar Jackson from running wild. Will they be patient with Derrick Henry? They can run Derrick Henry. You know, their offensive line's young, and I think their Dallas front's going to terrorize them. I don't know if Derrick Henry's going to be a factor. I think Dallas plays from ahead. They're better from ahead. They'll find a way to win and pull off the upset. So now there is another upset I wanted to put out there. The Giants. The Giants are going to beat the Browns. I'm rolling the dice. They played good last week. The Browns, I don't trust Watson right now. I love the rest of the Brown team is good. Browns are going to find a way to win. I mean, not the Browns. The Giants are going to find a way to win. Daniel Jones will have a good game. This is really rolling the dice. But I just think Neighbors and what they're going to do. They played hard last week. I think they're going to play hard. The fans are going to be a little rowdy. They're going to be mad if Watson struggles. The Boo Birds will come out. And the Giants will take advantage of it, and they pull off the upset. Whew. I don't know if that's a smart pick or not. I'm just going with a hunch. And these Colts are going to beat the Bears on the road. A.R. Richardson's going to make enough plays. A.R. Richardson versus Caleb Williams. I think Richardson slightly outplays them. They're both kind of developing. They need improvement because they're still young and developing quarterbacks with some ability. But my guy Jonathan Taylor is going to get it done. Over 100 yards. The Colts win. The Vikings cover against the Texans. That's my other upset. If not outright win, but the Texans either going to not cover or the Vikings win in that. The Niners are going to crush the Rams. Rams go 0-3 without their receivers. And that's it. Oh, the Bills are going to crush the Jaguars. That's barbecue chicken. I told you, the more I see of Trevor Lawrence, the less I like. And they're in Buffalo. That's not an upset. I'm picking a favorite there. But there you have it. That's the NFL picks. Okay, college football. I was very impressed with this Illinois Nebraska game. What a game! I mean, you talk about two quarterbacks playing at the highest level of Tully and unfortunately for Riola, but man, it was anything you could do, I could do better. They're going back and forth scoring. And Nebraska looked really good. It was a tie game 17-17 until the fourth quarter. And this where it got interesting because of the fact that Nebraska ends up scoring, tying the game. I mean, no, Nebraska has the lead. And then in the fourth quarter, Illinois has a nice drive. And they end up scoring, tying the game at 24 with 10:36 left. And Nebraska's having a nice drive, driving down the field. But then the biggest play of the game, and Dylan Riola is an incomplete pass to Luke Lindenmeyer, who was wide open. I know it's a third string tight end, but that was the game. You make that, all the is the lead with 3:08, 7-point lead. Now you can pin your ears back and get after Illinois, but the field goal was missed. I don't trust college kickers. Field goal was missed. Illinois gets the ball. And they took too much time trying to drive down the field. They didn't get close enough. So it was overtime. And then what they did, Illinois ran down Nebraska's throat. Keaton Fagan 21-yard run, and then there's a nice play action by Luke Altmaier, who was great. And then they just stuffed Nebraska in overtime. But that pass to Lindenmeyer from Dylan Riola could have been a game. And Altmaier was 21-27 for 215 yards and 4 touchdowns. Listen to QBR, 193.6. That's as good as you get. But they ran down Nebraska's throat for 166 yards total. And it was time-consuming drives where they took up the clock. They scored. They took the lead early. That showed you they were going to stay in the game. Brent Bielema has done a good job with Illinois, as is Matt Rule, which Nebraska came up short. Two really good teams that are going to compete for that 12th spot. These are two teams that are going to compete for a playoff. But this Nebraska loss at home hurts. But Illinois, undefeated, they are set up perfectly. Perfectly. And I got to give Illinois a lot of credit. They're not usually a football powerhouse, but they are now, and their secondary was fantastic. It's not easy dealing with Dylan Riola. Now they have to go at Penn State, home Michigan, at Oregon, and then it's 4 winnable games. If you split with Penn State, Oregon, and try to get Michigan out of the way, you're set up. You're automatically going to go to the playoffs, no matter if you win the Big Ten title or not. As far as Nebraska is concerned, they need another, because they lost at home, they need another signature win. At Ohio State, they could use. They have to win. At Ohio State, that's going to be hard, but Dylan Raiola could, because he will be a good road quarterback. And they have to win either Ohio State, USC, or Iowa, preferably 2. But if they run the table and they get one of those 3 tough road games and not slip up, they can make the playoffs. So the Big Ten's a lot better. I feel bad for my Rutgers Scarlet Knights, my alma mater. Good gosh. They're running this is the gauntlet in the Big Ten with USC and those teams coming in, and Oregon. Oregon's really good. They are sharp. They could compete for a national championship. Now, USC Michigan, I'm loving USC's defense, the new coordinator. They're playing fast. I love Miller Moss, who's really, Lincoln Riley did it again, another good quarterback. McCray is good. Branch is off the charts. Michigan is going to switch quarterbacks, which I think is smart because Warren was horrible. I'm going with Alex Orji. He's a running quarterback, but he moves the ball against the USC rush. I believe Michigan's going to circle the wagons. They're going to cover. USC squeaks it out like 13-10, something like that. Low scoring. USC is going to have to get involved in a rock fight. USC is going to get them to play their game. I mean, Michigan and USC, I believe, is still going to come out and win. Utah's going to lose to Oklahoma State. I think Oklahoma State at home is too fast. I don't know how Cam Bryson's going to – I want to know how healthy he is. Tennessee's going to beat up Oklahoma. My marketing guy, Brian Zingo, he's bullish on Oklahoma. He's trying to get me to a game, so I am rooting for Oklahoma. And I like Matt Venables' defense. But Nico Nico Maliva he might be too. They're explosive. This is the best chance Tennessee has to make noise. They have had some good, talented teams, but they look really good. And I think they're going to walk into Oklahoma and come away and win. I hope not. I'm picking all the favorites in college. I picked all the upsets when it came to to the NFL. I was picking a lot of upsets, but not in college. Chalk has hold up, except for this upset. Illinois upsetting Nebraska, and Illinois is really good. These are two really good teams. This is probably going to be the best game of the week.